And let's see what we get out of this. Let's get an SWR reading here. 1, 2 testing. And 1, 2 testing. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Just holding the frequency here, KC9VKV. That's Jim, and I'm talking with him, and my call is K2YN.
John, I think I'm together here. What's your typical SWR reading?
Oh, I'm just checking it. It's about 1.07 to 1. Go ahead.
Roger, and what are you firing up at that reading?
Oh, power output is around 1,200 watts into an 80-meter doublet at 90 feet.
Oh, you're serious?
Yeah. I like RAGTU, but I'm not a big DXer. But I like to sit back and hear the station really well, and, you know, I like to be heard. And I don't know what you're running, but very comfortable audio. I like it. Good rag-chewing audio. It's probably good for DX, too, because it's clear. Good definition. Go ahead.
Roger, we were running for the longest time with the compressor in there, and it did give us an extra couple of 100 watts, 200 or 300 watts. Well, at least on the on the meter, I'm using a 989 C MFJ tuner, and using the meters for that, and it was showing an additional 200 or 300 watts punched in, but it did add just a little bit of grit to it, you know.
Well, it can, yeah. It depends on the compressor type. You know, years ago, some rigs had RF compressors, and they're really excellent. But most rigs have audio compressors. So some, they're not all born equal, too. Some are a little rougher than others over the years. But, you know, you're doing great there. I just thought I'd tell you. I don't want to embarrass you, but very nice sound. What's the rig?
This is a 990, Yaesu 990, older one. My Elmer has dedicated it or gifted it to me, and it's I love it. It just my speed. The receive audio is just beautiful, and if you pay attention to the RF gain, I've got it. I've got the RF gain and the audio gain tied together, and I bring them up both at the same time as needed to reach the right audio level. And so I'm always just on the verge of AGC compression, but not into compression. So I'm running the probably the best noiseless front end that you can run, Roger.
Yeah, okay, the 990, FT990. Well, that's funny you running that, because I kind of could tell. I wouldn't have made that guess, but you see, the 990 has an excellent compressor. It's just one of those rigs that I worked with a guy who was setting up his audio, and he was cranking the compressor up, and almost no distortion at all at high levels. Very nice. Go ahead.
Roger. Well, my Elmer talks about Chinese Chinese soup. I don't think he's impressed with it. So, you know, in deferment to him, I don't use it too often. But unless I really get strung out in some, well, like the other night, I was doing California at about 2 o'clock in the morning, and those signals were, you know, 2 or 3 dB above my noise level. So did run the compressor in that situation, and it, you know, they help when it gets to the point where you can't copy somebody and they kick on something and you can hear them. I mean, a little grit doesn't matter too much, Roger.
Oh, no, as long as it's a little bit, you know, and doesn't affect your clarity, and they don't. It works out great. So you got a good rig, the FT990. I talk to folks with that every once in a while. I'm on the air every day, so I bump into a lot of different rigs and people with different rigs, I should say. And what we're running here is a little different. It's an SDR radio. The Apache Labs product. It's called the Anon 200D. And the linear is an Alpha 76PA 3-holer. And I told you about the double it up way up in the air. Go ahead.
Oh, Roger, well, it's beautiful. I mean, it is like being there, you know, and you have the same spirit I have. I mean, if you got it, get it and use it, you know. Why sit there and play, hey, what'd you say? I thought I heard you, you know. The difficulty with that is that you spend a lot of time answering folks that are in your noise level because they think you're copying them like, you know, they're copying you.
Well, yes, that's absolutely true. A true observation. I'll tell you what, though, I talked to the guy who wanted to buy an OM4000. Or actually, he did eventually buy it, I should say. And that amp, I'm telling you, can hit 5K easy. And, you know, he's generally a legitimate operator. I run about 1,200. I keep it under 15. Don't need it higher. But he cranked it up. And he spent an hour or two on the air. And that's the problem with that. So you got 4K. It's kind of neat. I mean, you know, you're doing 30 over on your rag chews and full quieting. But... yeah, people call you from all over, then they sound like, I don't know what, and you go, what's he saying?
Yeah, Roger. And you know, that's when you're reduced to calling CQ, you know. I try to not do that because of that reason, you know. But sometimes you are reduced to calling CQ.
Oh, yeah. You know, Jim, I don't know if reduced is the right word. I do CQ every day, maybe 3 to 5 times at least. Meet a lot of new people. I like that. In fact, VKV, I don't recall that suffix. So Jim, this may be our first. I don't have computer logging. I could, but I'm just too...
Now, John, you're not going to believe this, but you just faded out. Now, I can't believe that. I cannot believe that. That at least had to be a 30 dB fade.
Wow. Yeah, you're way there too, but you're coming back.
This has got to go down in Ripley's Believe It or Not. I've never heard of a 30 dB fade, but... I mean, I think we're witnessing it, Roger.
Yeah, I'm back though, right? You just came back up to 10 over.
Yeah, you're back. At least enough. I don't know how far you're still off, but that was amazing.
Oh yeah, you're 20 over now, so very good signal. We'll just hope that it isn't something that keeps happening. That's 40 for you, boy. She'll throw a wrench in the works.
Roger, Roger. Well, I'm rolling tape on it. I've got documented evidence there of a 30 or 40 dB fade.
That is a pretty deep one. I mean, we are hitting each other hard here. Very strong signals. Right now, we're back in the, we're back to our normal signal strengths. But anyway, I shoot billiards here too. 9-ball, 8-ball, straight pool, 3-cushion. I played in tournaments for many years, and I still practice about an hour a day at least. It was my other love. Go ahead.
Roger, Roger. Now we're talking money here?
Yeah, money tournaments. Some of them just regionals, you know. They don't pay a lot. You know, you might get an $800 or $1,000 first place.
Roger, Roger. What's the biggest you did?
Oh, well, that would have been a cash match. That wasn't a legitimate tournament. That was a head-to-head against Donnie Falco in New Jersey. And I pulled down about 4K. But I usually bet around 20 to 50 for a short set of 9-ball. I don't like to look around in the parking lot when I'm leaving.
Roger. Yeah, just after I asked that, I was thinking about if the statute of limitations for that score had passed.
Yeah, well, he's rich, and I think he was a drug dealer. It was all easy money for him. Go ahead.
Roger, Roger. Well, and you didn't have to have an armed guard to leave the place?
No, I didn't. I didn't hide. I didn't hold back. I went after him, and I used everything I had. Well, some people call it showing your ass. It means you're showing him what you're capable of, and you're not holding back. And he knew it. And he plays good. He plays real good. I was peaking that night, and he just gave up.
Roger. Yeah, well, after you see that those couple of major shots that you do behind your back, he realized he was in deep doo-doo.
Yeah, my specialty actually is cushion shots. I practiced them since the beginning, many hours a day. 1, 2, and 3 cushion shots. I've done more than that, but they're not the higher average multi-cushion shots. Some of the 2 cushion shots can be tough because of the angle you're hitting the second rail at is very high, and it's hard to predict that. But the 3 cushion shots, table length 3 cushion shots, are actually higher average than people realize. If you practice them quite a bit, you get a feel. That's where they go, what the hell was that?
Roger. Now, do you feel that all the tables that you play on are equal, or are there some that are better than others?
Oh, that's the big thing in pool is condition. Now, I have a table here. That's how I practice every day. It's a Brunswick Gold Crown tournament, 9-footer, regulation size. I have Simonis 860 Belgian felt and K66A speed cushions and Brunswick Centennial balls. In other words, tournament condition, best you can get. And they are all playing under that. So what I do is if I get a chance, I roll a rack of balls out there and just wing some shots in and bank a few and get a feel for the speed of the felt and the rebound of the cushion. Yeah, that's the big thing, Jim.
John, we just took another major hit, man. At least another 40 dB hit. Unbelievable. That's 2. Does it mean 3 strikes and we're out, I wonder? John, I don't know if you've still got a copy, buddy, but this one is lasting a little longer than the earlier one. The earlier one was about a minute and a half. This one is like going for 3, I think. I just wonder if I know those conditions are going to. I guess I'm an optimist, you know. I figure, how can you have a 40 dB fade that consists for more than 4 or 5 minutes anyway? Well, buddy, I don't know what to think. I think Mother Nature got us. Mother Nature had the best hand that time, so I'll say 3's up that way, John. Maybe we'll hook up later when Mother Nature decides to give us back our conditions. Gosh, 3's that away. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor, Kilo Victor.
Kilo Charlie 9, Kilo Victor, Arctic Victor, Kilo Victor. This is KC9VKV.
Station coming back. This is KC9VKV. Come back with the call sign again, please.
Sorry, I need to clear my throat there. This is KC9VKV, November Mike Bravo in Columbus, Mississippi. I just been listening to y'all and heard the fade out there. I can still hear both things. But anyway, just thought I would holler.
Roger, Roger. What's the name there, please?
The name is Tom. Name is Tom, D-O-M. And like I said, I'm in Columbus, Mississippi.
All right, Bob, I got you. Come back with the call sign one more time.
Roger, it is Kilo Charlie 5, November Mike Bravo, KC9VKV, Tom in Columbus, Mississippi.
Roger, got that, Bob. The call here again is KC9VKV, and we are located near Louisville, Kentucky, just across the river from Louisville in Indiana. And we were in Qso with JOHN-K2YN, which I guess you were hearing. And gosh, he was giving me a 40 over and faded out. So I'm dumbfounded, Roger.
There's somebody fairly close to the frequency, but I don't think he would have moved it. He didn't sound like he had so many equipment that would move around like that. Y'all were both 20 over in my location. I just, right now, I'm on a compress on 40 meters, about 15 feet off the ground. But I had both of you wall to wall, couldn't miss a thing. And like you said, he just running good practice, so to speak.
You were getting 20 overs on both of us, even though we couldn't hear each other? Roger, Roger. Well, it's certainly a very unusual situation. I've never seen a fade that steep. I've never seen a 40 dB fade. Well, I have seen a 40 dB fade, but not for any length of time. You know, this one, Mother Nature just rode us off.
I agree. In fact, when it faded earlier, I was still hearing both of them. Even though you were talking about, you lost the pool. I was still hearing him just fine while y'all were looking for each other again. And I don't know where he's going now.
Roger, am I still giving you a 20 over?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, occasionally you go to about 22 or 23. But, yeah, it's just, you never moved a bit, just solid as a rock.
Roger. Maybe John had a power failure or something, or he got stolen by gypsies, or maybe that guy he made a 4K full shot win on. Finally figured out where he was. Come back to get his money.
I doubt that. I used to play a little pool myself. Never on that level at all. But generally, people are pretty good natured about that. If you beat them fair and square, they're okay. At least I always was. If you feel like you got snookered now, that's a little different thing. But generally, that happens right then. You get over that in a while.
Roger, yes, that's true. I guess sometimes you might get nervous if you realize the guy's got 6 bodyguards and 3 of them are over 400 pounds.
Yeah, I used to play at Mississippi State University at a local pool hall, just college kids, just nickels and dimes back there in the money. Yeah, there were certain guys you decided not to play. You may could have beat him, but you maybe didn't want to.
Roger. Well, like John said, he practices for an hour each day, so that's dedication. So it pays off when you get into a contest situation like that, and you just function out of habit, Roger.
That's right. The practice and the muscle memory, if you will, takes over and helps a lot there. Now my eyes are so bad. Last time I picked up a cue, I wasn't sure which end I was pointing there. When you put on bifocals, the angles and the other things change.
Oh, that's a Roger. That's a Roger there. Gosh, Bob, I appreciate you coming back to tell us that we weren't having, you know, just deja vu or something, you know.
But it doesn't look like he's going to rejoin us there, have you? Is Qso-Vlog hanging around there? Come on back in.
I think he's down for the count. I think he is down for the count, and seems like we've got a good buddy about 1KC below us there that, you know, I don't know where he came from. We were in here for a good 40 minutes before he started, so he obviously didn't check out his situation and circumstance before he began his transmissions, but I mean, we were here at least a half hour ahead of him, so not worried about that. Roger, Roger, Bob.
Yeah, I agree. That's right. I know he's there, but he's not bothering having no problem running over Yates' FTX 3000. I heard you run that 990 down there. I think really well. I've looked at those before.
Roger, Roger. Well, I guess the guy below us, I hear he's doing a lot of talking. I don't know if he's doing much listening or not. But anyway, that's what happens when you don't check out where you're going before you go. Anyway, Bob, I appreciate it there, and let me say threes down that way. What is your location?
I'm in Columbus, Mississippi. I'm about 30 miles from Mississippi State University. East-west main route through this area there, and I'm about 10 miles from Alabama line, just on my way to
Roger, Roger, Bob. Copy. Columbus, Mississippi. Well, anyway, let me say threes down that way, sir. You're sounding good up towards Louisville, and you have a real good day. And maybe we'll hook up down the road again, Roger.
For UPS out of Louisville. So say hello to us there. Anyway, we will let you go through. Enjoy the Qso. KC9VKV, clear on your file.
Roger, Roger. Threes there, Bob. Catch you later, sir. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor, Kilo Victor.